On from Aaron Black. Who do we have next? We have. Okay. I put Spawn up way higher, which is good. Shang Tsung is way higher, which is good. Sindel. Sindel is the next character, whoever she is. I don't know why they use this photo, it's hard to find her like that. But anyway, Sindel is and has always been good neutral and big damage. Forward 4, as everyone knows, is stupid neutral tool. You don't even have to play down 4 footsies and shit. You just gotta forward 4 your way through everything. Sometimes forward 4 up 3 just to catch the opponent. Has the best crushing blow in the game, which is the Scream Crushing Blow. She can do unbreakable damage if you pick her air Scream and the air Banshee Dash. Everyone is basically using Haircut and the low fireball, which I think is called Low Star Screamer. That seems to be what everyone's picking, just because it's like one of the best projectiles in the game, and when you enhance it, it's not a projectile, it's like a beam, so you can't jump over it when it becomes a beam. And Haircut just for really big damage. I don't personally think Haircut is all that great. Like, obviously, its damage is amazing, but if I were to use Sindel, I wouldn't use Haircut, just because people can break away straight away and you can't armor break them. So it's kind of like counterintuitive to what Sindel actually wants to do, which is eventually when she opens you up, she wants to do good damage, like Shao Khan. They're basically the same character, except like she's just got better buttons and less gaps than Shao Khan. Literally the same thing. Um, Other than that, I think her optimal loadout, honestly, is Air Banshee Dash, Low Star Screamer, and maybe Whip and Flip. Maybe that move, or I can't think of any other moves at the moment. That's the only problem. Yeah, I'll just say that for now. Whip and Flip. But if you guys have any better ideas, put it in the comments below. Who is next? Well, I'm gonna close this A plus tier out now. There's only 3 characters in there, and then I'm gonna put Johnny Cage. Now, Johnny Cage isn't a character who's necessarily gotten worse, because he still does everything he used to do. In fact, he's better than he used to be. He's way better than he used to be, except obviously when they patched his stupid force balls on block, because that was like plus. I don't even remember. Was it plus 12? Now he could just frame trap you and do it like his back 3 or forward 3. It was really stupid. But got good neutral. He has a really good armor break with the command grab input. It's not a command grab, it's just a high special move. But it's a really good armor break, yeah, nonetheless. Still does good damage. Can use his armor break whenever he wants. If you want to zone with him, low force ball, high force ball, and pick the armor break, just in case they want to break, get some good damage. If you want unbreakable damage, you can use the camera move, which is say cheese, I'm pretty sure. That move's okay. I just wouldn't use it just because it takes up 2 slots. But I haven't personally run into any Johnny Cages, I don't think, recently. I would, if I were to use Johnny Cage, I'd use Throwing Shades, just because its comeback potential is stupid. If it's like a must, I think everyone should be using that. I would definitely have his Pissed Off Armor Break, because that one's way better than his normal one. And I would have Rising Star, just to replace his shitty armor break with like a good neutral tool. I know it's pretty meta intensive, but I mean, safety is like one of the best things about him, and making you guess like out of pokes and stuff. So That's really good for him. Uh, where is she? Sonya. Same again, Sonya is not a bad character. She's actually pretty good. Like, if she jails you into her back one, you have to guess for your life. Because you're either going to lose 30% or you might get crushing blowed, or, it's just, she's got so many options. Um, she also has her forward threes plus one, not that it really matters, to be honest, because her pokes are pretty slow. I think she did get that new armor break just like Johnny Cage. I guess that's why I put these two characters together, just because they're pretty similar. They have that high issue, but that high can be resolved by, getting something to jail into it or using a low instead. But back to Sonya, she got that new, I think it's Air Soaring General, it's called. It's super minus on block, but it's a really good armor break because you can use it in the air. And obviously, you want to be in the air when you armor break people. Her best loadout would be that move, Air Soaring General, Ring Cancel, and personally, I would have her parries just because she has the best parries in the game. She has the best high/mid parry, and she has a low parry, and they're both super quick. Like, for people who don't want to, like, flawless block Shang's forward 2-4-2, you can just parry that shit. It's so much easier. Um, Other than that, there's not really much to talk about her. She's always been that high damage, high risk character, I guess. Not really high risk because if you just do meter burn projectile, she can just like get away with whatever. But yeah, her zoning is really good because she has that like corpse drop type of move like Shang, and she also has the rings, that crushing blow. So that's really annoying. Like, she's not even a zoner, and she has a like zoning crushing blow almost. And Shang is supposed to be a zoner, but he doesn't have a zoning crushing blow, which is really stupid. But whatever, it is what it is. That is probably never going to change. The next character, I see a lot of people downplaying this character, and it really pisses me off because this character is really good. Nightwolf is. Everyone's putting him like in a normal tier list. Like, people just have S, A, B, C, and sometimes a D. And the D they'd have Shao Khan, and like the second worst or the third worst character will be Nightwolf or Scarlet, which I don't think is true at all. Yes, like what's so wrong with his character? I just don't understand. I think you have to play with his command grab. If you don't have his command grab, you're so screwed because it's it's like a Netherrealm input command grab, so it's not the easiest thing to do. Unlike RoboCops or Mileena's, but the fact that his armor break is the command grab is really stupid. And it's not like a high damage crushing blow armor break, it's a damage over time armor break. So if he armor breaks you and you only have like 10% health left, you better pray. Because now you have no meter. He can literally meter you with his overhead, which I think is 4-2-1-2-1. And then you have to, either he's going to chip you out, or if he doesn't want to chip you out, he can tech throw with his command grab and kill you that way. Personally, there's this underrated move which I will go over. It's called Lunar Orbit. It works like Joker's Jumping Jester. It's really, really good. It's literally Jumping Jester, but Joker wasn't even in the game back then. And Nightwolf couldn't use it because it wasn't in any of his variations. But I think the most popular loadout for him right now would be Rising Star and Armor Break. But he has so many good options. Like the extra strings is really good because off his 2-2-2, he can now do 2-2 throw, which is an actual throw, so you got to duck it. So that just adds that extra layer of mind games. If he does a low option, he doesn't always have to hit confirm. He can just do unbreakable damage with the grab input, which is not a grab, but he does good damage off it. Also got a cool brutal, by the way, if no one's seen it. It's really good. So basically, if you're gonna use Rising Star, the problem with Rising Star is, sorry, not Rising Star. What's wrong with me? Rising Tomahawk is it takes up 2 slots, and anything that takes up 2 slots is basically how you play your game, right? And Nightwolf's down 3 jails into like his 1-1 and whatnot, but I think Rising Tomahawk, just 2 slots is too much. It's not necessary. And plus, Nightwolf doesn't even do that great of damage anyway, unless you have his buff. And his buff is hard to pull off sometimes, just because of how it works. He gets really good combos in the corner with Rising Tomahawk, but the problem with that is, like, you got to time it right every single time. It's a bit like Jade's back forward 2, where she spins her staff in the corner and you can down one after that. Nightwolf basically has a similar combo to that. If you guys don't know what the combo is, I'll put the video down below. Link that I did the combos with. You guys can see how it's done. Then Ancestral Light, I think, will never be good. I don't see that move ever being good, to be honest. Just because it's way too minus. If it was like something like minus 15 or something, it'd be better. Not like minus 25 or whatever the hell it is. It's ridiculous. You can literally punish that move from full screen. He's got Lunar Orbit, Rising Tomahawk. Like I said, if you don't really want to do damage with him, but if you want to do damage with him and you want to do like setups and stuff, you can always have the low launcher, which is actually 2 slots again, because you have to put the Spirit Tracks move, and then you have to like put another slot for it just to make a launch, to make it a mid. So if you do it like non-amp, it's a low. If you do it as an amp, it's a mid, and it launches. And basically that's what I would rock, is Lunar Orbit, the low, and the launcher. But then again, you could always have the low, the command grab, and the strings, or the low and the command grab and the like, he's got so many moves that are actually good, and I think that's why people are downplaying his characters, because there's so many things to find out with him that he really has so many options. Like, he has a good projectile, he has built-in anti-zoning into his game. If you really hate zoning, you can put the teleport reflector move for 1 slot, which is also really good. So if you keep getting clipped by like someone throwing 2 projectiles by default, you can just reflect and then teleport and avoid the second projectile and punish them. So yeah, like, Nightwolf is a very good character, very underrated, and I think more people should be playing him. It's just he's not the most exciting character in the world. He never has been, personally, to me, or I think most people. But people that do play him, like, there should be more people playing. He is very good. Next is, where is he? Yes, Terminator. Terminator now gets a teleport. and that dramatically improves his game. But the thing is, Terminator gets mashed on. I think over time, people have started to disrespect his mix. Just because the opponent, when they knock you down, they want to see what you do, and then they can meet you with like a 4-3 or 4-2, right? Which is the low or the overhead. But if they wait too long, you can just wake up buttons and hit him. So, I mean, they should meet you with back three, but it's really short range mid. Could whiff on like rolls and all that. Has really good damage though. I think the one buff I would have to Terminator is his incapacitator move, where it's one slot move where he throws this yellow thing at the opponent and it's unblockable. It should remain one slot, but it should not be the same input as your projectile, the back forward one, the gunshot. It should not replace that, just because Terminator would be a menace if he had that move. Because that move denies your wake up, I'm pretty sure. It denies you special cancelling any moves. Like, the move does so much. It's a big trade off for losing your projectile crushing blow in combos and stuff. Like, it's really, really bad for that reason. But if that was available and it didn't replace the gunshot, it'd be really good. More people would use it. My best loadout, personally, I would not change his command grab to the Alibi Breaker. I would not change it to that. I would keep it as Gorilla Press Slam because he gets the restand off it. And for Terminator, a restand is really strong. And then I do the Enhanced Strings, which I think is called Death Grip, one slot. He can restand you off if he lands his overhead, which is really good. And I would have his Incapacitator. Basically, the variation I just gave you allows you to mix people to death without risk. You knock them down, or you go to knock them down, you just use Incapacitator, and now they have to deal with whatever the hell you're going to put on them, because they can't wake up. And yeah, if you're playing a move, like, you can't play Terminator against Cetrion, because Cetrion's movement is stupid. Her air teleport, her wind push is so stupid. It's just not going to work. But against characters like Shang Tsung, if he's getting zoned out, you'd equip the teleport instead of the Incapacitator. Anyway, moving on from Terminator. We have the next tier, which I believe is going to be... Actually, no. Jade can go up here. Purely for the fact that Customs has given her that stupid Delia's Dance. It's not Delilah, it's Delia's Dance. Go play Armageddon, it's Delia's Dance. But anyway, besides the pronunciation, really stupid move. Gets rid of all of her flawless block gaps. Replaces overheads with double lows. It is unsafe if you don't amplify it. If you do amplify it, there is no flawless block gap in the actual special move itself, and it knocks you back to neutral. Just overall a really stupid move. I think there's not much to talk about Jade. Jade's always been Jade. She just gets better damage, and she has that new move. So her best would be Delia's Dance. It would be Air Razorang. And personally, I would have the same side nitro kick. But some people opt out for the air razorang and all that sort of stuff for easy combos. But in my opinion, if you can do the hard combos, there's no point having the anti-air razorang. No point. Okay, moving on from Jade. Frost. Frost is a pest. That's what she is. I see a lot of people still using her third variation. Frost players are just super grumpy about not having her core trap move. To be honest, if you're one of those people, go to hell. That move literally sets you up for guaranteed 80% damage, so no. I'm glad they banned that move. That was one of the moves that had to be banned. Unless they change the move, which I don't think they're gonna do. Like I said, she's a pest. Her best moves would be the air ice quake, which is her stupid dive kick, which is safe. Another move is Ice Auger, because Ice Auger extends combos and basically is safe on block. You can't do anything about it. If you don't have a good flawless block up to, don't even bother flawless blocking that shit. And another move I would equip with her is you can't have the trap move where she uses her head. I would personally use microburst just for easy combos. Because she has a universal armor break. She has good projectiles. She has 2 good projectiles actually. I showed you guys how to get through one of them, like really easily. Once you get used to doing it, you can do it all the time. There's not much else to say about this character except she's just annoying and frustrating. Like, she checks you a downfall from like half screen, and she can, dive kick whenever the hell she wants just to get in on you. She tries to take her turn back with Ice Auger just because why not? So yeah. Anyway, that's enough ranting about Frost. Moving on to our next character was... Wait, why did I... Okay. Let's put Devora here. Devora is... You know what? Actually, screw you guys. Screw what everyone says. I'm putting Devora up here. Just behind... You know what? In front of Shane. This character has the ability to say F you to the wake up system. You wake up roll, you die. You wake up back roll, you die. You wake up 2, you die. You wake up 3, you die. You just wake up, you die. You wake up buttons, you die. You block and then try and take your turn back, you die. It's, yeah. She's basically like Jackie, but less oppressive, basically. But when she knocked you down is when she's at her strongest, just because the way she's built. No matter what build you find online with her, she will always have her Strepsilla move, which is her trap, and when she amplifies it, she gets 3 bugs. When she doesn't, she only gets 1. I see a lot of people just opting to use the teleport just because it's a launcher as well. Personally, she doesn't need the launcher. I would just use the trap move, the enhanced strings, which gives her a counter hit crushing blow, which is very good in this game. It is highly needed for her. And I would have the other creeper crawler move. I think that is highly underrated. Uh, if you're not playing a zoner and you're just in neutral, like you get jumps for free with Devourer, but because they're so scared of you jumping in the air all the time, you can just use creepy crawler and then gel it into your jump in or your forward one. Just basically another trap move for her to set you up. Uh, if you guys use any other moves, let me know. But that's all I can think of for now about her. She. What else? Yeah. Yeah. Devourer is really good. Really, really good. Next we have. Who do we have next? Let's put. No. I'm definitely gonna put Rain here. Actually, I'm gonna put Rain in front of Frost. That's what I'm gonna do. Just cause Rain is. I don't understand what's so bad about this character. Yes, Hydro Boost is only good against some characters, but you don't need to use Hydro Boost to be good with the character. So it's like. It's basically saying I can't play Liu Kang without a bicycle kick. Yes, you can. You actually can, but just people are stubborn enough to say, "Oh, the move doesn't work." The move doesn't work. The move doesn't work. If they patch it, they do. If they don't, they don't. However, has pretty good damage off his geyser kick. He has a anti-air, which is really good. Probably one of the best anti-airs in the game. Could probably even anti-air Devourer, one of the very few characters that probably can. And has a good armor break. Anyone that uses Water Ball, I think, is just setting themselves up to fail. Because why would you get rid of your armor break for Water Ball when you have already like 3 different launchers to pick from? I don't understand. And also, it's a high projectile. It's not like it's a mid for 2 slots. If it was for 2 slots, I would understand if why it was a mid. But it's 2 slots and a high, so that I really don't get. What else does his character have? He has Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is a good check. You don't need to use Tidal Wave up close. You can use it in neutral. It's very good like that. But using it up close for 50-50s is actually okay. And using it for like to keep yourself safe as a meter burn, you'd rather use your meter burn projectile instead, and not have Tidal Wave at all and replace it with something useful. His most effective variation would be Geyser Palm. It's pretty hard to say because he's got these Geyser Kick, he's got his armor break. Personally, I would use Tidal Wave just for neutral. I just like the move too much for it to not be there. And one more move that I would pick is, wow, I wouldn't have Hydro Boost just because it doesn't work on every single character and it doesn't work on anyone in the corner. I see a lot of people using his like dive kick move, which is like the air slash, the air lightning rift slash moves. They look pretty good. Can tell you personally, they are very annoying to play against. Either that, or I would use the being able to use the armor break and whatnot in the air because they're really good moves. Because base Rain already is a good enough character. He doesn't need all these extra things. And yeah. The next character will be Kitana. Actually, I did put Kitana here. Personally, I think Mileena is better than Kitana though. So, I'm going to put Mileena up here first. A lot of people I've played online have played Mileena wrong. They try and zone and they just do really weird things. Like, I understand doing forward 4-3 into meter projectile, that's fine. But her whole game plan should be whiff punishing because she has really good movement, and that forward 1 is basically Noob Cybot's forward 2. And she does really good damage. Anyone that uses Rolling Thunder, I think, is an idiot because her normal bowl roll is already good enough anyways, and she gets better combos and damage from her normal ball roll, so I don't know why you would use the other one, but it is what it is. No matter what, you have to pick her command grab. Her command grab is... Mileena is the command grab character. That's the best way to put her. She doesn't have a better way to play than her command grab. It's literally, she is the epitome of strike throw mix up. She's either gonna command grab you or she's gonna launch you into a combo. And yeah, that's pretty risky for her because you can duck her command grab and kill her, or you can, anyone that does a hit confirm into a ball roll will, know what they're doing. But if they don't hit confirm and they just do ball roll all of a sudden, that's on them. That's not how you play Mileena. People are trying to play Mileena like she did in the previous game. That is not how she works in this game. Totally different. She's literally a command grab character. She basically throw loops you. That's what she's supposed to do. Throw loop, throw loop, throw loop. You guess wrong, then you get launched. You guess right, then you get launched yourself. So it's basically how the character works. I think the best variation for her right now is command grab, the extra strings, and you can toss up between these 3 moves. The Psy Slide, the low Psy Blast, which I do not recommend. I don't think low Psy is that good. I think it's terrible. Or you can use the Air Teleport, which I think is a pretty good move. Just to, check people with. Next is Rambo. Now, Rambo has a lot of issues, but then he doesn't. And if you have played against the computer on very hard with Rambo, you'll notice that it will flawless block everything. And I don't see a lot of people doing that online. I think if you just give this character some time, and I think he will be down here with Shao Khan, to be honest, because he's just a zoner. He's literally, that's what he's supposed to be. His command grab is pretty good. He literally can't launch you unless he uses back 3-3 into snare trap, or he uses forward 1-2-2 or forward 1-1-2, something like that. I know the string where he uses his knife to launch you. That is the only way to launch the opponent, and that's pretty sad for him because, he gets okay damage, but it's not that great. He does have a good armor break, but his armor break, for an armor break crushing blow, it does not do much damage. It is pretty bad damage. I don't know why it's so low. To be honest, I don't know what is the best loadout with this character. I think his best move is Leopard Crawl. Just cause Leopard Crawl can in the future will negate a lot of flawless blocking. When people learn how to flawless block against this character, he'll basically become Scarlet. That's how he'll play. And instead of like you flawless blocking into, up 2 or up 3, he'll do a string and then cut it short into like Leopard Crawl, and then he can hit you, or he can throw you or parry you or anything like that. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think he's bad. I just think he isn't as looked at as all the other characters are. The other characters have had a lot of people looking at them, and Rambo has been sort of in the dark. And when more people play him, I think they'll realize that he's got some big weaknesses, but those big weaknesses will turn into big strengths. Anyway, moving on from Rambo, next we have Scarlet. Actually, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. I have to put Kitana here. Kitana, the only thing that has gotten better about this character is her air mobility. With the the advancing or retreating air fan flutter. The only problem with that move specifically is that it takes up 2 slots. And I understand why it takes up 2 slots, because Cabal has a similar move where it also takes up 2 slots. But I don't know if it's because of the people I've been playing and how they play her. It might be like that certain way that I'm used to playing against her. But her best thing in this game is zoning. Her combos are okay just because she has a good armor break. But if you don't have a good armor break, then she literally hasn't got anything besides zoning. It's weird to say. I would never have said this a couple months ago, but I would equip Fan NATO. Fan NATO is just a really good zoning move to use in neutral. You can literally do Fan NATO into like projectile like fans, and the opponent has to deal with it if they've blocked the Fan NATO. And if they try and challenge the Fan NATO, they'll get launched. So they really don't want to challenge it at all. And then I think her best loadout would be the advancing and retreating fan flutter, and then her Fan NATO, because it just gives her really good mobility and all that. Or I would do the advancing and retreating fan flutter and the air piecing dagger, which is the downward fan toss, which is basically what Cabal has then. She's just like a worse version of Cabal. That's basically the way to put it. Anyway, moving on to the next character will be Baraka. Baraka is... Baraka can really hurt. And I think that's the only good thing about him. That is, he hurts. But once you learn to flawless block his gaps and all his strings, he isn't much of a threat. And he can't zone you because he has one high projectile. If he meter burns it, he can get a mid. But let's be honest, half of the cast have anti-zoning moves, like Cetrion has a teleport, Sub-Zero has enhanced Ice Ball, Liu Kang has a teleport in some variations, Shiva can just stomp it, Shane can smoke parry it, Kotal Khan can just parry the projectiles, Spawn can do the same thing. Like, Garrus can get sand trap. Like, you guys all get what I mean. There's half of the cast all have anti-zoning moves. So Baraka in that sense is really weakened. But when he had a mid projectile, like when the game first launched, it was really stupid as well. So I don't know if the solution to that is to give him another zoning move that isn't a high projectile, but is very slow on startup, and make it a mid, like Scarlet's tongue or something. But he needs something. He needs something different. His best loadout would be Gutted and the dash move, which is the armor break. I don't know what it's called, shoulder dash or something like that, where he just launches forward with his blades. I think that would be his best variation right now. For people that like to jump like Devora and Cabal, Kitana, you just use Spine Burst, which is 2 slots, and then you can use like the armor break again. Basically, that's his 2 variations: his Spine Burst, armor break, or Gutted and armor break. He does have legit 50-50s if you want to play him that way, but I mean, people are just opting not to play him like that, so I don't know. It's totally up to people though. The more people play the characters, the more we know. Personally, I don't even play Baraka that often. I play Nightwolf way more than I do Baraka. Next is... I was going to put RoboCop down here. But after the patch, he has to go up. Has to. I think he will go just below Mileena. Oh wow, all the Combat Pack 2 characters are together. I didn't even notice that. Oh no, he was part of Aftermath. Sorry, my bad guys. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. My point is, after his buff with the now that you can use Flamethrower and the mid command grab, that makes him like so much better. It's leaps and bounds better than what he could do before. His best variation, without a doubt, is low shot, command grab, and flamethrower. They're his 3 best moves. His armor break isn't worth using, I don't think. It's, yeah. Yeah, there's not really much to say about him. These characters down here just have issues. Like, Hydro Boost doesn't, work. That's why he's down here. If Hydro Boost worked, I reckon Rain will be all the way up here with Joker and Jackie. He'd be like a Jackie 2.0. Actually, I'll put Frost in front then, because she doesn't have as many issues. Mileena is, people are playing her wrong. RoboCop has issues where you use a low gunshot and people will low profile it. Like, I know it's a mid, but it's called low gunshot. And Fujin can forward 3 it. Rambo can leopard crawl it. There's There's so many moves that can go under that move, and it's like useless. If he had the same projectile as Cassie Cage, like the same hitbox as her low gunshot, then he would go up a lot. But like until they fix his low gunshot, there's not really much else to say about him. Rambo just has a lot of flawless block gaps. I know people are putting him like up here and whatnot, but I think in time he will be down here, so that's why he's already down here for me. Kitana, Baraka. Baraka just has a hard time getting in on zoners, which is really bad because zoners are not that good in this game. Like, the best zoner in the game is Cetrion, and the reason Cetrion is good is you're so scared of pressing a button in neutral or up close that she can literally just run away and zone you. That's why she is so good, because her offense is really good. Not her rush down, it's her offense from anywhere on the screen. Next, who do we have left? Right. Scarlet. Scarlet can go in front of Baraka. And I think she deserves it, just cause even though she has those flawless block gaps, and Baraka has the same issue, she can punish you for flawless blocking her. Whereas like Baraka cannot do that. She has really good projectiles. The blood ball, which travels pretty slow, the fast blood shot, the blood tongue, the blood trail on the ground. Like, she has a million projectiles. I know a lot of them are projectile parried, but she still has her tongue, and she can hit you with her tongue like 1,000 times, just so you can stop anti-zoning her. So unless you have a teleport, you can't really get close to her like that. You gotta have like a neutral move. Like, when I play against Scarlet and I play Shang, I have to use Ermac like in neutral just to check the Scarlet player. Otherwise, I'll just get eaten for breakfast. And you need smoke parry because they try and mix certain things in with her flawless block gaps. And yeah, I mean, she has good unbreakable damage now as well. Forward 4-3 into, I think it's called Boiling Point. It's the move. I think that's what the move is called, and it does like 30% for like 1 bar. It's really good. It's all unbreakable damage. So yeah, or Retribution. It's either Retribution or Boiling Point's one of them. And then Shao Khan down the bottom. I have to say this because some people will misinterpret this tier list so much, but Shao Khan is not a bad character. I can personally tell you I've lost to Shao Khan a million times. And when I have played Shao Khan, people have lost to me and they get pissed because they know he's the worst character in the game. But just because he's the worst character in the game doesn't mean he's actually bad. He's actually really good. The only time Shao Kahn sucks is when your opponent can OS the forward 3 full string. If they can OS that, then you're in a lot of trouble. But other than that, his pokes are really good. His zoning is okay, because now you can have the hammer toss and the spear as well, so you can have 2 projectiles. You can still close the gap with his hammer lunge. You can have his air projectile if you want, which is pretty minus, but it's an air projectile nonetheless. His best variation for me would be the spear charge, just because people cannot break out of it straight away, like the shoulder charge. Spear charge is forward 3-4 into spear charge. They cannot break out of that. Where they can break out of forward 3-4 into shoulder charge. So, and then, you know, you have to make the read as a Shao Khan player, which is all the more thinking for you as a Shao Khan player because you're already doing so many things. And then I would have Skewered because that is one of the best armor breaks in the game. You cannot. The one move you have to equip with Shao Kahn is Skewered. It extends combos, it's an armor break, it's an anti-air, it does everything. Have to use that move. And yes, like I said, I would use Skewered, Spear Charge, and maybe the Hammer Toss. Hammer Toss is okay. Like some people would use Annihilation just to like keep people in a corner, but you can do that with Skewered already if you don't amplify it. So yeah, though. And he also gets more damage from Skewered and Spear Charge combos anyways than his normal ones, which we all know does like 40%. It hurts. Uh Other than that, I would not use Dark Priest anymore. Just because that's tied with Annihilation. There's basically 2 slots for 1 Crushing Blow. I would not do that. I would still use Humiliate and Ridicule. I would still use those moves. Just because you have the zoning capability with the Hammer Toss and the Spear Toss. And then if they are scared to get hit by that and they don't have a teleport, you can just buff and then get in. So yeah, that is my tier list, guys. Let me know what you guys think. And Kronika's not in the game, so get out of here. I'm pretty happy with the way this is. If anything changes, I'm just going to go onto this tier list and then move people around based on how it is. I'm not going to make a new tier list every single time. Yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. Long discussions on every character, and just because I think everyone should know about every single character in this game. And some people have some really stupid things in this. Some characters have really stupid things in this game. So yeah. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.